Hello ladies and gents, how's it going today? Your boy Search here. We got ourselves a brand new video, and today I want to talk about a weapon I enjoy, but isn't actually that good in most situations, and for the most part, completely overshadowed by other choices. Alright, now before we begin, I want to address that these videos are almost always recorded on our server. IP for that is in the description, so be sure to add to your favorites. These videos are also recorded live on my Twitch, which I'm regularly streaming on at 6 PM Eastern, so be sure to check that in the description. And updates regarding all of these are in my Discord, which is also in the description. Lastly, I'm unsure as to whether this will be a series or not, but if you guys like today's video, perhaps it can be. Now, if it wasn't obvious enough, we're going to be talking about the Liberty Launcher. Now, I want to clarify, I love the Liberty Launcher. It's a super fun weapon to use, but in contrast to its counterparts, the Liberty Launcher acts as the in-between of the direct hit and the stock. Also, that's a blatant lie. Up against both, the Liberty Launcher simply doesn't compare. Against stock, its overall damage is less, obviously because of the damage penalty, and the extra rocket does not make up for the damage drop. Its projectile speed does not help much either because its maximum 84 damage, not including crits, is not intimidating enough to aid the respective soldier in battle. Against a direct hit, if I want a rocket launcher that shoots fast and kills fast, there would be no reason for me to pick the Liberty Launcher. Having the extra projectile and the less self-blast damage when I could simply run the gunboats alongside the direct hit makes this thing virtually useless. So today, I'd like to take a look at the Liberty Launcher and how I change it to be better. So, in order to dive into the Liberty Launcher, I feel it's important to dive into its origins, meaning where it came from. When I think about the airborne armament set, I think quick execution by putting oneself in a risky situation. If we look at the reserve shooter, by putting yourself in close quarters, needing to pop someone into the air, and then using the shotgun, it's rather risky. That said, this all happens rather quickly, and if we're only looking at single target elimination, it's actually incredibly fast to kill most classes aside from heavy, with a single rocket pop and shotgun shot. So that's fast execution. If we look at the Mark Gunner, that weapon is the pure definition of quick execution. You throw yourself into the enemy from the sky, then hit them with a shovel for an instant 195 to the face. Just like the reserve shooter though, you have to put yourself in a risky situation by having your melee out, making you an easily punishable target if performed incorrectly. So, like its secondary brethren, it's a high risk, high reward sort of weapon. Now, if there's one thing to note with these two, it's that they can be used with other weapons even if no other parts of the set are involved, and you've still got something to work with. They still perform high execution. With the Liberty Launcher, it's almost as if the weapon was made strictly to be used with at least one other member of the set. And it's not the execution tool, it's the assist tool. It either assists with getting the Mark Gardner kills, or it assists with popping people into the air to get the reserve shooter kill. Just thinking about a soldier primary being an assist tool is weird. For me, a soldier primary would have to do literally 0 damage for it to be an assist tool. Otherwise, it should be your weapon of execution, more than anything else in your loadout. If you're going about looking for kills with the Liberty Launcher, more often than not, you're going to find yourself in a tight spot, especially when fighting other soldiers. So how do we fix this? I have 2 proposals. The first one is a little less complex than the second one, but simply giving the Liberty Launcher a buff of more air control would allow for executions to be more easily done, giving you more time to set up your kills and ultimately making them faster. Obviously, I don't want to give it as much air control as the Man-Treads provides, but perhaps something like 25%. When paired with the set it originated from, the better air control will allow you to come in from more surprising angles and make it so you can get kills with less risk than you bargained for. It also pairs well with the second buff I'm about to put. So, the entire video I've been talking about rapid execution, and while adding air control allows you to set up for this, it doesn't necessarily give you a reliable kill method. So here's my idea. Firstly, the firing speed that this weapon has to go. It doesn't make sense when I'm on about rapid execution, but it will in a sec. Now, when I think about the airborne armament set, I also think about the air, more specifically, execution in the air. So the way I want the Liberty Launcher to be buffed is to make it a better bombing weapon. If you don't know what bombing is in TF2, let me give an extremely brief explanation. Bombing is the act of coming in from the skies via rocket/sticky jumping and having multiple projectiles explode at the same time upon your landing, doing absurd damage in a very short amount of time. Note the short amount of time. That's what I want from the Liberty Launcher. I want them to make it so that if two Liberty Launcher rockets, or more, are close enough to each other, they will do more damage than stock upon exploding. The reason I said to remove the projectile speed is simply because the Liberty Launcher doesn't really allow for bombing because of how fast the rockets move in. By removing the projectile speed, bombing, a commonly known high execution strategy amongst the community, now becomes an option for the Liberty Launcher equipped soldier, truly capitalizing on the rapid execution style that the airborne armaments set offered. By applying both of these buffs, Roamer soldiers now have a different playstyle they can work with as opposed to the standard rocket launcher gunboat escape plan style they've been previously restricted to. Anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. If you guys like what you saw, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos to come. As for now, I thank you guys so much for watching, take care, as always, have a good one.